Ladies and gents, please stand up for the national anthems.
Welcome everyone to this wonderful venue. We have the umpires walking out with the new ball in their hand. Openers walking in and the crowd cheering in anticipation. There must be some nerves as the batsman is set to face his first ball. Wow, he's picked the bones of that one. Well bowled, past the edge of the bat. The batsman should watch the ball closely and get in line at the ball. Good shot for a single. Well, it seems like the bowler prefers to bowl from this end. Oh, that's beautifully done by the batsman. Exquisite timing. There's such a wonderful crowd in to watch their favorite players. Well, the batsman sees that one early, gets into a great position, got it from the meat of the bat. That's hit hard. That's hit for six. That's a great shot. Well, that is glorious, absolutely glorious, perfect timing. This must be hurting the captain. He needs his bowler to be more disciplined with his lines. Wow, he's picked the bones of that one. It's a full house here, and what an atmosphere we've had for this match. Up in the air. Good shot for a single. That is glorious. Perfect timing and placement. He's not going to miss out on those. Now that looks handsome. It certainly is a huge six. I tell you what, that shot looks even better in the replay. Lovely timing. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd for a 6. Dazzling batting by this duo. The captain needs to come up with a plan to break this partnership. And the batting power play comes to an end. Good pickup shot this. Has that gone for a 6? Yes, it has. Picked and deposited out of the park for a 6. That's a clean strike. That's gone high. Good shot for a single. Big appeal, that looks very close. The umpire thinks otherwise. Not to take the review. Well, the captain has been very smart with his bowling changes. Up in the air. Hasn't timed the ball at all, and the fielder will grab it. The close-in fielder should be on their toes to ensure that the batsman stays on strike. Ah, that's a beautiful shot. And in the gap too. This must be hurting the captain. He needs his bowler to be more disciplined with his lines. Well, the batsman sees that one early, gets into a great position, got it from the meat of the bat. Slim pickings at the moment. The batsmen need to up the gear a bit. Very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless in the crowd. That's a beauty. The batsman had to play at that one. That was a moral victory for the bowler. Good bowling. It beats him all ends up. The batsman should watch the ball closely and get in line at the ball. Good shot for a single. Wow, he's picked the bones of that one. Tremendous hit this. That's a crowd catcher. That's a six. Goes to a splendid 50. Good innings and gets a grand applause. Very important to keep wickets in hand, because in the death overs, they'll have that security. That's hit hard. That's hit for six. That's a great shot. He's growing in stature as well in this innings. Well bowled, past the edge of the bat. That was a moral victory for the bowler. That's a beauty. The batsman had to play at that one. Batsman losing his concentration there. That's in the air. That was a poor throw. Needs to be a lot more accurate. Last ball coming up. Good pickup shot this. Has that gone for a six? Yes, it has. No ball called. Last ball coming up. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound at the bat. End of the first inning. Won't be long before we resume this. The fielding side looks warmed up and ready to go. Pace bowler into the attack. Bowler has the new ball. We're all set to go for the first ball of the innings. Not a great ball, and that has been hammered. Terrific shot. Don't think the bowlers have been able to hit the right length consistently. Good shot for a single. Ah, that's a good throw. Straight into his hands. I tell you what, the slow ball won't be a bad option on this pitch. Turned away for a single. Well, the captain has been very smart with his bowling changes. Very good running between the wickets. Beautiful placement. He knows exactly where the fielders are. He looks in good batting form. Squeeze a single there, good running. Came around quickly to cover the throw. That's an excellent throw. Good shot for a single. Excellent running between the wickets. Nobody's chasing that. That's going to be a terrific four. The crowd is enjoying every bit of this action. Found the gap beautifully, and that races away to the boundary again. He's too good a player not to take advantage of anything loose. Turned away for a single. These misfields can hurt the fielding team's confidence big time. You need to try and make them work really hard for each run. This kind of a fielding effort is really not going to help them. Good shot by the batsman. Can they steal a second here? Well, that brings us to the end of the power play. Fielding captain can now have more fielders outside the inner circle. It's a full house here, and what an atmosphere we've had for this match. Good shot for a single. Oh, that's found the edge of the bat. Good delivery. The fitness level of the players today is something else. Wonderful to see them run like that. Turned away for a single. Excellent running between the wickets. Very good running between the wickets. Excellent running between the wickets. Squeeze a single there, good running. Well, the captain has decided taking the pace of the ball is a good way to go. Very well played, just working on the field where the gaps are. Good shot for a single. They need more boundaries now to make up for their slow start. Turned away for a single. Easy enough for the batsman to play for a single or a two if they run well. Excellent running between the wickets. Very good running between the wickets. Squeeze a single there, good running. The captain would definitely feel let down by the effort. Fielders are expected to support the bowler. Need to keep things really tight. Spin him back. I think that's a good move. Very well played. Just working on the field where the gaps are. Good shot for a single. Very important to keep wickets in hand, because in the death overs, they'll have that security. Easy enough for the batsman to play for a single or a two if they run well. The fitness level of the players today is something else. Wonderful to see them run like that. Handsomely played, but straight to the fielder though. There is a little bit on the surface for the bowlers. It's also good for batting. Played into the gap, should be able to run two here. Good backing up by the fielder. Shows how involved he is in the game. Turned away for a single. Last ball coming up. Very good running between the wickets. Good game awareness. He was covering the throw well.